Here we go. Awesome. Awesome. Hello, everybody. I'm Sudha Jamthe, and here we are, end of the week on Friday here in Silicon Valley for Sudha Live about AI opportunities. I'm super excited to see Susanna here because this is our episode 18, and Susanna was my first and only guest when I did this the very first week, but we've come a long way. So thank you for that. And now the way I've set it up is I have a Zoom session. So I have a guest today. I'm going to tell you who that is. And I have some of my students. So they have the privilege of being able to chat right here, or, I could call on them and they might share something. So that's the Zoom setup. And then this streams on to YouTube, LinkedIn, and to Twitter. The reason I'm saying that is because wherever you're watching in any of those channels, it gets recorded and then you can just come back, watch it. So if you're missing it and you see the recording, you just watch the recording, because I'm not going to take the recording, go upload it to anything else, because I do too much of those already. Okay, so when we're talking about AI opportunities, I've been talking a lot of different things over the different episodes. So the way I've decided to organize is, so you can decide if this is worth your time for you to stay on with me, because we're going to do this for 45 minutes total. So one, I'm going to tell you what are the opportunities from Business School of AI. We have Weekly Wednesday, which is our happy place where our alums come together with a speaker. And many times we have our own students who come back as returning speakers. So I'm going to tell you about that because we had one such speaker this time. And so I'll tell you about the opportunities from Business School of AI. That's one. And once a month, I have this newsletter where I showcase my students, and it's called Celebrate with an exclamation mark. And we celebrated and showcased Ananya Sen, AI PM, last episode, which is last newsletter. And this time I have Christine Kalnina. She's an amazing person. So she's the one who came back to speak to us at Weekly Wednesday. So I'm going to show you what Christine has to tell you guys. So she's going to be the showcase in the newsletter, and the newsletter usually goes out only to my students, but you get to get a sneak peek of what I'm talking about, who this person is. And then the third segment I have is about events. And previously what I was doing is I would just give you a bunch of events and say, this event is good, that event is good, and here it is. And people were asking, where's the URL? What is the event? And then there was no follow-up on which of these events were good. Did you see it? Was there any feedback? So I've started getting feedback. I go back and attend some of these in my own time zone. And sometimes it doesn't make time zone sense for me. And then you might attend that. So what I've done this time is, I had attended about 3 or 4 of those events. It's just one of those busy weeks where a lot of things happen. So I thought I will come back and share that with you. And again, give you pointers, because this is not just another webinar. This is amazing stuff which had follow-up content and paper and activities of what you can do. And the whole goal is to help you on your AI learning journey. And then we have a special guest who's already here. His name is Biplab. And Biplab Das Chowdhury, and Biplab is joining us from Australia, so down under, and I will tell you about that in that segment which comes forth. And then we are going to look at some jobs. Again, I've been random sharing jobs, so I thought I'll organize that, and I picked a specific set of jobs that I would like to show you or share my perspective on it. And irrespective of whether you're my current student or not, if you want to follow up, is that something that you want to apply for, I'm happy to guide you on that. And then finally, there's a concept of foundational models, which is about AI models, but some models that are not just building narrow AI, but trying to do something more. So I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into that, because I have a new course called NoCode AI, Data Science for Business Users, which I've taught before. This is a new version of that I'm teaching this semester. But the way I've set it up is I'm going to be teaching it as one module on data science. So all our courses so far has been focused on AI. So this one is going to teach you data science. And as part of that, I'm going to teach you foundation models. So it's essentially understanding all these models in English. And what does it mean? How can you apply that as a product manager, a business manager? Go build it, do whatever you want with it, right? And then the second module of it is using a delivery bot. And we are going to take a business problem with a business user from a company who's going to be our business partner. And then the team is going to break that down into a problem statement under my guidance, and then go through some data wrangling, and then go build the actual model to solve the business problem using NoCode AI. That's the second module, both put together, the data science module and building the AI with the business partner, real life ML lifecycle, is one course called NoCode AI Data Science. And it's not a huge course. So the data science will be 2 classes, and the rest of it would be spread out over a month, but it would be 4 classes. So it's literally you're doing 6 hours of live class. You'll get office hours with me. You'll obviously work with the business partner and your team. So you should not expect more than 6 to 8 hours within the month, and walk out and make friends and go have something to show. So that's the plan. But on Monday, this Monday, we are here on Friday, my world, Monday the 4th at noon PT, which is Pacific time in California, I'm going to be doing a pre-class. We did this as a series of pre-class with all my instructors, giving you a free class to just give you a taste, like an audit of what the class is about. Same way, I'm going to give you a pre-class for NoCode AI data science for business users with both the modules. So if that's interesting, come join me. I will give you what the course is, so you learn something, and ask me questions. And then if that's for you, sign up. If that's not for you, you can move on. And I've set it up as 2 modules, so you don't need to sign up for the whole thing. But if you are a student of mine who has already taken the data science modules with me, you've done the Capstone AI lab with me, I would recommend you can come back and take the whole thing, or you can take you can just take the second module and continue on. And I've been talking about a delivery bot, so I think you can guess which one it is. But let me see whether I have a picture of that. And then each weekly Wednesday, we have Henry writing up about, this is KiwiBot when we did the tour, and Henry writes about our blog summary from weekly Wednesday at medium.com/business school of AI. And so this is the bot company we are going to be working with. It's a level 3 autonomous vehicle. So we're going to work with them on what is their business problem. They're doing food delivery. They were doing an app-based, consumer-based business. Now they have an API and they're interfacing with businesses and doing delivery. So we'll know what the business problem they're trying to solve. And my students are going to do that as part of the data science for business users course. And it's focused on AI in AVs. And I'm super excited because each week, though our weekly Wednesday has been running for many years, and we have speakers on different topics, we have a theme. And as we get into October, the theme for October is going to be AI in AV. There have been many of you who've been saying, hey, I took your AV class, I missed your AV class, what else can I do next? And things like that. And I was saying, I'm focused on AI. And so the theme for weekly Wednesday is going to be AI in AV. And so we'll get to see a lot more of the topic. So those who are interested in AI can continue on with that. And those of you who are interested in the AV topic can pick up from there. So today, when I'm talking to you about AI opportunities, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to show you opportunities that applies to both worlds. Okay, so when I'm giving you events or jobs or anything, I'm going to show you what applies to both the worlds. Okay, so that's the format we are going. So I already told you a little bit about my class. I'm going to jump in straight into the opportunities from Business School of AI. So we finished up Julian's LiveLab machine learning course. And one of our students, which is basically teaching machine learning using a online lab in a couple hours on live with a follow-up. And the follow-up has been happening very brilliantly with the student community of the students. And Ananya Sen came in from there and said, hey, this is what I built. And at weekly Wednesday this week, she actually showed us a demo. So awesome, Ananya, and awesome job, Julian Carbonell. Thank you. And then NLP, Sam Wigglesworth wrapped up her NLP course. Our students are still, it's a live lab NLP for natural language processing. So the class is, I think I've created bit.ly link. Many of you are saying, okay, you talk about this, where are the links? So I've created a bunch of bit.lys, bit.ly/live-lab NLP. So if you are there chatting with me on LinkedIn, maybe I can tell you, I can put that class here, Wigglesworth. Thank you for the live lab NLP. The reason I'm saying that is obviously I'm genuinely thankful to Sam, because I learned a lot about NLP, how it is bigger than just the chatbot. There's a whole new world of where we could take this, right? So one of the things that Sam did was she walked us through the whole building a virtual assistant, and then she showed the possibilities with NLP. And then the last class she did the analytics on what kind of analytics we can find. So you can actually go build regression models if you want, or you can just use that to improve the intent to make your chatbot more useful for your customers. But the next step could be an integration into Zendesk or Salesforce. So I want feedback from you. Is that something that'll be useful for you? If you offer another next level class for NLP, either you took our NLP class or you're already, you know to do NLP from another world, and you want to learn more on specific integration into Zendesk or Salesforce. And I wanted to see how many of you are interested. So any of the channels that you're talking to me, chat away and tell me, or you know how to find me at Sudha Jamthe at businessschoolofai.com. Yeah. So those are two courses. And then the most exciting one is from Susanna Raj on AI ethics. We did a previous course on AI ethics last semester. It was called Career Pivot to AI Ethics. And this one is AI ethics, inclusive AI. And some of you have seen the Emotions AI discussion. So we offered a free webinar on Emotions AI that's available on Business School of AI as one of the free courses. You can sign up. Some of you have signed up. Susanna did a session on what's the reality of Emotions AI and what is not okay with it, what is not inclusive about it, and what is the problem with even thinking of building Emotions AI, which is kind of getting into somebody's health with no concept of privacy or agency for them. So she did that session. And then she showed us what could be ground truth data that we could use if we are going in that direction. And then she did this thing on inclusive AI last session, which was fantastic. And so that was about the whole concept of, you know, if I say something is inclusive and you say something inclusive, what does that mean? If I say something, somebody is intelligent, or if somebody is angry, or, you know, anything is a construct, and how does that, you know, translate into something that the AI can understand. So she did this from a cognitive science research background on what is a construct. And so that course, let me put that link also here. So if somebody wants to come in, I think you can join, what we are doing is you can, let me finish this, and then I will finish this one. Inclusive AI. What we have done is she's done the 2 live classes and she should have gone, but she's one of those obsessed people who know so much about this topic. So we are not going to let her go, and she is so committed. So she gets up at night and does this huge lessons on Loom as a recording and sends it to us. So this time she's going to do a few more hours. We promised 2 live sessions, but she said, hey, this is not enough. We need to do more. So she is going to give us some homework and help us build out a live lab with inclusive data to inclusive AI to do data annotations. So her whole concept is bias starts in how you define a construct of what is this AI searching for? What is this AI predicting for? What is that thing? We need a construct for it that is scientifically agreeable by everybody. And the second thing is that should not have any data bias. And so it starts right from collecting the data and annotating the data. And she's a queen of the data annotations. And so she's going to teach us, right, how data annotations that is inclusive. And so we have that lab coming up as part of the same inclusive AI. We are not just going to keep throwing more courses at you. So if you're part of inclusive AI course, it's awesome. If you're not, you're welcome to come sign up at bit.ly/inclusive AI. And then you can actually jump in, watch the recording. And many of you are busy, so all the timing of live classes might not work for you, but it doesn't matter. But the live lab, when you do, we want you to be there, and we want you to have a conversation or help with us, and make sure that you get the right support. Thank you, Pat. Thank you for joining us. And I notice you're here and you've been through all our, our AI ethics courses. So I hope you will build something amazing with this. And I see Suresh also here. So I see a bunch of my recent AI ethics students. And Suresh has taken a couple of courses. So I'm expecting Suresh to kind of combine the machine learning and the AI ethics together in one go. So where are we? So opportunities with Business School of AI, I need feedback from you on whether you want the if there's value, if you take offer another NLP course, which will be the next level up, integration with Zendesk and Salesforce. And then to wrap off, the NoCode AI data science for business users pre-class is December 4th. Again, I have a bit.ly for it. I forgot to share that the last time. So I would love for you to join. This time what I did is I got complaint from some people saying, hey, you use this Luma and you give us this multiple emails about all kinds of things and it sends too much emails. So for the pre-class, you don't need to sign up. You don't need to do anything. You can just come to a LinkedIn event, sign up on LinkedIn event, which you say I'm going to attend, and then we're going to stream the pre-class right there. So that's the plan. So that way, you don't need to sign up. I don't need your emails. I'm not going to spam you. I'm not going to send you an email or reminder. And on LinkedIn, you can just go and watch. And hopefully, because it's set up as a LinkedIn event, I'm guessing you'll have some kind of reminder from LinkedIn as a notification. So we'll see how that works. But that link is bit.ly/NoCodeDS. That is for data science. So it's NoCode AI was what I was doing before. This is NoCode data science. So bit.ly/NoCodeDS. And it's all lowercase. So all bit.lys are usually lowercase, and it'll expand to the LinkedIn event that you will be able to see. And while I'm at it, I'm going to show you what that. So this is the LinkedIn event. It will expand to that bit.ly/NoCodeDS will expand to this. And then you can come in and see the details of it, what the two sections of the class. If you want to go see the class and all that stuff, you can. Otherwise, you just sign up here. You say, yes, I'm interested in attending, and that's it. And I'm going to stream it right here. This is what I've set up as the streaming URL. So the stream should happen right here. So, okay. So the second section I have is to celebrate my student, Christine Kalnina. Okay, 1 second. Before I forget, before we close out on the AI ethics topic, there is a professor, Safia Noble. Here. This is Professor Safia Noble. I want to congratulate Professor Safia Noble. She is from UCLA, and she has won the MacArthur Genius Grants. And she is an amazing, amazing person. And she is the author of Algorithms of Oppression, How Search Engines Reinforce Racism. So you can actually see her video talking about this and learn about what she's working on, what she's going to do with the MacArthur grant. But in summary, we had this discussion in class on, hey, are search engines inclusive? And students said no. So that's exactly her entire fundamental research. And then she's going with that. Do you want to quickly see that?
All kinds of people are relying upon search engines to give them the answers and truth. We need to think about these large-scale advertising companies for what they are, rather than thinking about them as a trusted public good. I am Safia Noble, and I am an Internet Studies and Digital Media Scholar. My work is primarily concerned with the harms that come from a variety of digital technologies the things that negatively impact society and vulnerable people. And I work on policy ideas to help remedy or repair those harms. When you start thinking about how people are misrepresented, how racist or sexist propaganda so easily flows in these spaces, we need to pause. These are huge encouragements upon our freedom to grow and live and flourish and all the things that people need and deserve to have.
Okay. So congratulations, Safia. So with that, I'm going to close out the topic of the whole AI ethics, and you can join us if you want to understand inclusive AI and join Susanna's class. Now I want to actually show you a little bit of Christina's video, and she's given me a 5 minutes video, and she's actually like saying good things about me. So I kind of feel a little embarrassed to kind of, brag about it. So I'm not going to show all of it, but I want to show you the useful piece because I told her what is her advice to our students. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I'm Christine, and I'm a mixed methods user experience and design researcher. And recently, I have discovered my passion and interest for products that are made with artificial intelligence. And this was purely due to meeting Sudha. I met Sudha when I undertook my master's in user experience design. And when I was choosing this program, I actually had no idea that it would involve courses that discussed artificial intelligence or machine learning. And I always thought that I was intimidated by the topic. In fact, I thought this topic was something that I should never even consider. But after taking Sudha's courses, I not only fell in love with the topic itself, I couldn't get enough of it. But I also understood that for someone like myself, who doesn't come from a very technical background, this is a fantastic opportunity to not only build products together with the likes of data scientists and engineers, but also contribute to understanding people's and customers' needs when it comes to building products that are based on artificial intelligence. And this was all thanks to Sudha's courses. I was lucky enough to undertake 4 of her courses as part of my master's. These were artificial intelligence design, where she covered broadly the basics of what it is, what artificial intelligence is, what forms it comes in, and what would it take to design the experience of artificial intelligence. She also covered courses around ethics and machine learning user experience. We undertook another one that was voice user experience design, quite interesting, where you build the interactions and you kind of think through how someone like yourself would interact with nothing but your voice. And the final one we took was on data ethics and bias, very current topic, very hot topic, something that anyone working on products made up of artificial intelligence should really dive deep into and understand and prevent bias as much as possible. And so it was thanks to Sudha's encouragement and Sudha's ways of explaining complex concepts in a very simple and easy to understand way that my team and I decided to take this interest further and actually devote 6 months of our masters to building a final project that was based on artificial intelligence. And I'm so glad that I did this. I'm so glad that I took these courses and challenged myself and explored these topics further, that our final project was a roaring success. And we even had some of judges approach us and explore further this project with us to see if we can maybe take it through to completion. And I think for anyone who is considering diving deeper into artificial intelligence, or for anyone who's considering pivoting their career, or for anyone who's just curious on the topic and is wondering if they should explore it further, my advice would be absolutely 100% explore it further. Even if it's not something that you will devote 100% of your time, this is something that is incredibly interesting. It is great to understand how the products that you interact with work, how they are built, what decisions go into building them and making them come to life. So I would say definitely take the opportunity to explore these topics. If you can enroll into a course that teaches you this in more in depth, absolutely do it. If you are intimidated like I was, don't be. There's definitely room for any non-technical person who's interested enough to shape them, to have a voice in ensuring that the experience that is built around these products is considering personas such as yourself. You definitely have something to bring to the field. So yeah, my advice would be dive head deep. If you can't dive head deep, dip your toes in for sure and just see where it takes you. If you like it, you never know, this might be the beginning of a new, wonderful and fulfilling career. If you don't like it enough to make it your career, this might be something that at least gives you a better understanding of the technology of today and definitely technology of tomorrow. So yeah, I hope you take this. I hope you enjoy it and connect with me and let's chat about it. Thanks.
Okay. Christina is our showcase in the Celebrate newsletter for this week, rightfully so. And congratulations, Christina. And Christina actually came back to our weekly Wednesday and had a fantastic chat with Yash, so our host. So I would recommend go to medium.com/business school of AI and read Henry's blog about this, and we will embed the video in there so you can watch that. And those of you who are following us on YouTube, you have available access to the Christina's full interview. She talks about her career pivot on how she's come, how she manages imposter syndrome and fearlessly goes and learns. And she actually talks about two key topics. One is about NoCode AI, and we teach with IBM Watson and Accio platform. When we do the NoCode AI, the one I was telling you about, NoCode AI data science for business users. But what she's doing is she went and learned using Microsoft Azure, and they have a NoCode AI platform to teach machine learning similar to IBM Watson. She just self-taught herself using that and went through the intimidation, or went over the intimidation and got over it. That was one. And the second thing is she actually has built a product using GPT-3, which is one of the foundation models that we'll be talking about, which is cutting edge stuff in natural language processing world. And so she talks about those in Weekly Wednesday. So go check it out. And if you're new to Weekly Wednesday, go to businessschoolofai.com, and at the top, you'll see Weekly Wednesday. You can join us. So with that, I'm going to switch gears. So we've been talking a lot about courses. The real value is not just in learning from courses, right? You can learn from courses, you can do only so much. And then you need a community. You need to be part of a community of people like you, where you can get your creative juices flowing. So you come to Weekly Wednesday, obviously you're meeting interesting people who share your kind of thinking, who come from around the globe, because we're very big on it being global. But here's an opportunity. Let me introduce BIPLab. And BIPLab is joining us from Australia. BIPLab, do you want to turn your camera on?
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yes. I'm going to make you the focus of the screen so people can see you. Here you are. Okay. So BIPLab is joining us from Australia, and that's a beautiful sunset in Australia, right when it's speaking to come to our side of the world. So
yeah, actually it's the sunrise, so that I was wrong earlier.
So maybe the sun is going down here and it's coming back up there.
Yeah, so true. Yes.
Awesome. So where are you joining us in Australia? It's a big continent. Where are you joining us?
I am based in Melbourne, Australia.
Okay.
And yeah, I work here. I live here. I love this is a great city to live, I would say. And of course, you get views like this, which you see on screen now.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your background and BIPLab Das Chowdhury.
Yes. So yeah, my name is BIPLab. It's a Bengali name. I am a Bengali who was born and brought up in Odisha state. It's a state in India. And I studied there and I worked in Bangalore. Then 4.5 years ago, I moved to Melbourne
Okay.
as a IT consultant. Since then, I have been working here. It's great living here. And now I'm working with BPT Janet Australia as a senior consultant. So my day-to-day is in working with different kinds of clients on implementing their asset management solution.
Okay.
It's a enterprise product which is used by different clients in the utilities and other space.
Okay.
Yeah, and I am a big time data and AI enthusiast. I will Sudha, Sudha, I shared the link wherein there is, I think I see a tag me. Go to my profile, you will find a lot of
I
data and
just
AI
shared
stuff.
your profile link. I just shared your profile link on.
Great. So you will find,
Yeah.
you'll find a lot of data and AI stuff, and yeah, and because I'm so enthusiastic, the last couple of years I've learned data science. I've done a certification, and I have participated in multiple hackathons.
Yeah.
It's a great space. Hackathons are a great space for people who are learning.
Yeah.
You get to build a project in a short span of time. You get the experience of building a project, a data and AI project, and work with different teams. And of course, there are prizes to be won. There's a big competition happening, and you get to talk to mentors, different kinds of mentors. Learn their journey. They help you in ideation. It's a great experience, and it helps boost your career. It boosts your way of working, and yeah, I strongly encourage people to join.
So tell me a little bit more about, give me background of this. So hackathon is a place where you can meet other people. And is it over a period of time? Is it over a weekend? How does it work? Who's organizing it? Is there a cost to join?
Cool. So I'll start with my role. I'm a regional ambassador for this hack and for Hackmakers. Hackmakers are the organizers. They are a global innovation challenge organizers. They do this kind of innovation hackathons throughout the year, multiple. And Build with AI Hack is a yearly event. I participated in the last one, Build with AI Hack 2020. Thankfully, I was a winner. I was part of the winning team. It was a great experience. And this time it's going to happen between 29th of October to 5th of November, 2021. And we're giving a space of 7 days to the participants to ideate, come up with a solution, build a great solution, and then present it as well, which will be also a great skill set to learn when you join here.
And you said something about, I remember when, I got excited about, because you said build with AI. So give me a little bit specifics on the scope of this. Can anybody come and build anything? Is there specific AI? Are you giving them guidance?
Yes, sure. So I have some presentations. Is it okay to share my screen?
It's all right. I can make you a host. We are at 36. I can make you a host, and okay. Yes, Biplab.
Okay, I'll share my screen and I'll go to this web page. I'll talk about it. It's a very good web page. So this is the Build with AI homepage.
Okay.
It talks about when the hackathon is, 9th of October, 5th of November. Go there. It's a very good, a lot of information is there.
Okay.
You asked me about what are they going to build. They are going to be 3 themes in this hackathon: predictive analytics, audio visual analytics, and prescriptive analytics.
Okay.
The actual topics will be told when you start the event, during the induction. When the event starts on 29th of October, you'll get the topic. There was something about food as well this time, so I'm just giving you a overview of what's going to be. But yeah, the actual challenges are not decided, but these are the themes which will be there. So anybody who is joining will be working on either of these themes, whichever they like. If they like predictive analytics, they'll work on this, or any of the topic they like, they can build on that. You can join as an organizing committee, organization, or as a institute. You bring your own students, you bring your mentors, and they participate. And when you do that, I'm the person, your point of contact. You will be joining as a community partner. So a community partner is someone who gets to work with Hackmakers.
Okay.
You get so what is the value exchange as a community partner. So my job is to promote the
Okay.
event as well as
Sorry,
get this.
Biplab. I'm happy to talk to you about the what it means to be as a community partner. But for my students who are watching here, I want to know
Okay.
what's the value here? Like, can they join individually? What will they learn? What is the value they would get for investing their time to do this?
Sure. So anyone who wants to join, you can build a team, and you can join as a team. Okay.
Yeah.
Or you can join in as an individual, and then hackmakers who are organizing the event, they will put you in a team. They will help you find a team. There's already a Slack channel going on. So as soon as you say join me, you join, and then you get access to that Slack channel.
Okay.
And
yeah,
then
I know Data Ethics for All runs a huge hackathon, and they do a fantastic job of matchmaking, mentoring, and putting people together.
Yes, I participated in the event. I was part of the winning team there as well.
Awesome. Okay, so that gives a taste of what that looks like. So people can come in as individuals, and then you'll put them in a team together, or a whole company could come, or an organization, or somebody could have an idea, come 2-3 people together. So it's very, very flexible. And when you say prescriptive, predictive, or audiovisual analytics, can they come with a business problem, or you're going to show that to them only when they sign up?
We will give them a problem for each and every topic, and they have to build their solution around it.
Okay, and what happens at the end when they're all done? Like, what happens? What's the celebration? What's the award?
Sure. So it starts with 29th of October. It starts with the induction, and we tell about what the problem statements are and how what they will build.
Yeah.
Then they obviously in the Slack channel they get to find their teams. They find their teams. As soon as they find their teams, start ideation. The process starts with ideation. What are you going to build? How are you going to solve the problem? And then you get your 7 days. This time you're getting 7 days period to build your own solution. And the most important part is after you're done with all these things, there we will do a presentation as well. You will build a presentation, and that will be part of your submission. Yeah. For the hackathon, and then winners are chosen. There is a big prize money. A lot of prize monies are there for each and every. It's not like there is one winner. Each and every theme will have winners and runners up. Each and every theme will have winners and runners up, and just like last time. And you will get a shout out in the presentation ceremony.
And how global is this? I know, like, when I started doing the Sudha Live in the evening, my time here in California, I wanted to make sure that I reached more of Australia and Asia. And I have people from Malaysia and other places tuning in now who cannot join me in Weekly Wednesday in the morning. So my question is, what's the global mix of people? You're showing me a lot of diverse faces. I see that. Can anybody join from anywhere? That's my question.
Yeah, they can join anybody. Anybody can join from anywhere. I wanted to show you this because you see here, these people are from US, India, Australia. Sorry, I don't know this fact. From Iran, South Africa, different parts of the world. These are all regional ambassadors, and they are also bringing their own part. They are motivating people to join, participants from their own country, from their previous institutions. So it's going to be a big one. We are expecting more than 2,000 participants, more than hundreds of mentors. It's a very big thing. Mentors will help you a lot. You will learn a lot from your mentors.
So people can just go to buildwithai.com and sign up?
Yes, you can go to buildwithai and just say join me, and then you can sign up for this event.
Okay. I will share this also at our Weekly Wednesday. Thank you so much, Biplab, for joining us today. So we can continue on. Thank you so much. Can you stop sharing the screen?
Yeah, I'll stop sharing. And thanks, Sudha. Thanks for this opportunity.
Thank you so much. And can people connect with you directly instead of just going to Build with AI if they have questions, or those community partners you're looking for if somebody is interested?
Yes. So you have already shared my LinkedIn profile. Give me a message or send me a request. Okay. We can talk anytime you want, and I can give you more details.
Awesome. Awesome. So thank you so much. I appreciate you joining.
Thanks a lot, Sudha. Thanks a lot.
So we celebrated Christina. We celebrated Christine Kalina. We saw about the different opportunities from Business School of AI. And we heard from Biplab about Build with AI. So I have 2 more pieces, but I'm going to kind of rush that through. One is this week, there was a Brazil AI bill that was reviewed, and there was a fantastic job. So there is a AI bill that is in the floor waiting, and there's a team of people who came together and decided to review that, and from a global lens. So they had a lot of people. So congratulations to Divya Divedi, who joined from our community and contributed as a lawyer from India to show the global perspective of this. And Dr. Tiago Felipe Avanci was the organizer. Thank you, Dr. Avanci. And so that is available for you to watch if that's something interesting for you. So what I'm going to do is in the chat, I'm just going to put those links so that we don't watch all the videos. Yeah, especially for those of you who are here in the Zoom, it's a treat for you. And then last week I had said about 3 events, so I just want to run through that. There was an AV in mobility event from Monash University from Malaysia that I had recommended. It was such a fantastic event. So again, I'm going to share the link so you can watch the recording. And I'm going to follow up with people I met there. It was about autonomous vehicles and mobility in general, and a lot about inclusiveness in that. So it got me thinking about inclusiveness and autonomous vehicle space. So you're going to hear a little bit more about that. And then there was a AI 100 from Stanford University. That's a report that comes. I mentioned that, I already shared that last time. The only caveat is I did not see enough of the global South represented in there. So that is something that I hope they will fix for the future. I saw Kenya was included. I didn't see much of South America or South Africa or too much of Asia included in there. There was like 1 or 2 countries in there. But it does give a good perspective of the state of AI. So I would still recommend looking at that report. So I'm going to share that. And then there was a surprise conference called VRobot. And I ended up attending that. And what they did was, this is a conference about robots and law. And so it was all these legal department. It was hosted at the University of Miami. So there were people there live, and then there were people like us who joined remotely. It was such a fantastic event. What happened was they ended up, here is the link for that. They ended up giving us a bunch of research papers for us to read as homework and then come back for each day. So there was one about autonomous vehicle ADAS, and it was called Driving into the Loop. It was an amazing paper. So I would highly recommend just taking a look at that. Here it is. And so that's it for the past conferences. Okay. So 1 second. Okay. So BIPLab's event is one that is coming up end of October. So I would recommend, if you're thinking about hackathons, or that's something that you want to consider, that is worth it, I would say. If you are interested in this AV ADAS paper or any of the conference that I saw, if you want a little bit more information, I'm happy to do that. One of the things I was thinking is, I started talking about AI opportunities, events and jobs, and any hot topic analysis that's coming in the AI space. And we've come such a long way. So I was wondering, when people are asking me for the links, and then I don't want to be sending too much email, if it will be useful, I can put all of this together as one email and send it like a newsletter. And if that's interesting, just ping me and let me know. Then I don't need to keep on looking at things and chatting and putting it in the comment while I'm talking to you. And then you can ask me questions, I can answer them, and then I'll just send you one email. So give me feedback, because that's how it's going to get to what you want it to be. So the final thing is, I'm not going to be talking about foundational models, but there is one called DALL-E. So it's from OpenAI, and that is a foundational model related to NLP also. It takes the GPT-3 to the next level. And so again, I've given a link for that here. So if that's something I will be talking about as an intro in the NoCode AI pre-class that I will be doing. So definitely come for that, and tell your friends. If you already know data science, tell people who don't know data science, or you're curious about the latest, greatest, and you want to understand foundation, just come to that bit.ly/nocodeds. Okay. So the last piece is jobs. So I have about 5 jobs listed. And while I'm talking about autonomous vehicles, let me tell you this: Neuro has announced a new location in Toronto. and they've come up with new jobs in Toronto. So those of you in Toronto area, you get to, be a part of an exciting team and work on autonomous vehicles to bring it to your city. And I have no affiliation with any brand, any company, anything that, any tool that I've mentioned or talked about. I'm saying about everything, even the AI 100 part of Stanford, I'm not affiliated with that part of Stanford. I teach at continuing studies, which is like a totally different department. So I'm trying to be neutral here, but Neuro is announcing something in the AV space in Toronto. I would recommend you check it out. There is another job. It's in the Privacy Technology Center from Georgetown, which I thought was very interesting. So here is Georgetown Privacy Technology Center. And there is a job which is related to AI ethics that I would recommend you check it out. And then what else I have? I have one more job which was also interesting. I had two more jobs that was interesting. There is a company called Tempo. I don't know anything about them, but they have something called a project lead fitness experience. So it looks like an AI company. So it's very fantastic. So that is something that I would definitely recommend that you check it out. One second. And then the last part is there is one from Oxford, and I definitely, here is the link for it. So Rebecca maintains a job board, and that is where I saw at least a couple of these jobs, which is related to, one second, let me show you this is the day one project from, one second, hold on for a minute. Let me find that. So, okay, this is the final piece. This is the one fellowship from Oxford. This is the last one that I'm sharing today. It's a job, and I would highly recommend it. So with that, I'm going to wrap up. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye. Let's start the recording.